Well, good morning, everyone. Let's see, I'm going to ship a ride down here. I just witnessed an accident this morning, very much firsthand, and I was going to go into details on it and talk about preparedness and how it ties into witnessing and helping with accidents, being of the prepared mindset. Thankfully, everyone was able to get out of the vehicles on their own, but all the airbags deployed. I'm going to tell you what happened. They did take one gentleman to the hospital, but he was conscious and limping around. So I had went for a walk, got some beautiful scenery. Gonna send another video and show you that, but we'll stay on topic here. I'll try my best. I'd went out in the country a little bit to a place called Exchange Place out in Kingsport, and I was coming back, and it's really strange. For the past few days, this is not the first time that I've done this in my life either. I just kept thinking, I'm overdue for witnessing an accident as much as I'm out on the road. I literally was having those conscious thoughts, and I've been being super careful, way more careful than normal. Just knowing that so many people are not paying attention nowadays, and people are distracted, and people have a lot on their minds, and I just have been hyper vigilant. And so sure enough, I was sitting at New Beeson Well Road on 11W at the red light by, if you know Kingsport, if you know the area, there's a Walgreens, there's a fire department, and there's a brand new Weigels. And it's 11W heading out towards Bristol. And I was sitting at the red light, and I was sitting on New Beeson Well just to go straight across, and the people traveling had the green lights on 11W, and this guy, I'm not sure why it happened. I felt really bad for him that it did happen, but it's just one of those things that just happens. It's a guy, and you can tell he's a hard-working man, wife or lady friend with him, hauling a big old work trailer with he was in a big old Dodge truck, and the back of the work trailer had all kinds of metal on it, old farm gates. They're farmers, I'm sure. They had a bunch of farm gates and stuff like that, and you could just tell hard-working people, work boot type of people. And for whatever reason, that old boy decided he was going to make a U-turn with that trailer right there in the middle of that very busy intersection. He did not see this little sedan, like a gray-looking sedan, heading towards Bristol. He didn't see it, not one bit. And right when it got right past my position of where I was sitting, that guy, he had came around with his truck, and I don't even know exactly how it happened, man, but the people in the sedan, it was another couple, and they just didn't even see it happening. I think they may have thought, the guy was going to be turning behind them, turning a left. But the guy just kept on coming, and his back quarter panel and that trailer, they caught that sedan, man, and they just flattened the front end of that thing. And those airbags went off, and that car, I saw it just went down to the ground like that, where that, they were coming this way, and that trailer, it caught them, and it just shoved that sucker down to the ground, man. And the airbag went off in the truck, and I was like, oh, Jesus, oh, Lord God. And, it was probably not 5 feet, not 3 to 5 feet away from my van. I was so thankful that it didn't come on up against me, And I immediately just called 911, and there was two people that pulled in like immediate. Well, there was another truck there to the right of me, and that guy stopped, and another truck come pulling across through there like a, you can always tell when it's like first responder type people who show right up. And what I did was I just backed my van up into like a driveway, turned on my flashers, and called 911. And it's in a curve where vehicles were coming around, like behind me, like where the accident was. There's a curve. So but at that point, the people were all getting out of their vehicles. The two guys who up there, they went to the people, and I told the injured guy, I said, here, I opened up the side door of my van. I said, here, you can sit down here in my van. That way you don't have to be standing up. He had something wrong with his leg. It wasn't real bad. I mean, he was walking, but it was hurting. And it's probably where he braced so hard or something. I don't know. I'd say it was a knee injury. But I just gave him access to my van. I turned my flashers on. And then I went back around the curve to slow traffic down so that something else didn't even get worse. And I knew that the fire department would be there in a matter of seconds because they're right across the road. So that all worked out really well. And I'm just so thankful that everybody was okay. But it's another one of those reminders, of how we have to just stay vigilant, and how we always, like, I didn't have to use anything out of my van, but I knew, like, the first thing I thought was, if we weren't right there by a fire department, I've got a first aid kit, I've got a fire extinguisher, I've got water, I've got paper towels, I've got medical wipes, I've got, anything that's needed. And I'm thankful that I didn't have to use anything. And I also have a safety vest that I keep, and I didn't even think about grabbing it out. I thought about it later after all the authorities were there, all the first responders. I thought, oh, I have a safety vest I probably should have put on, but I have bright clothing on. And so I knew I was okay. I wasn't going to do anything stupid. And I knew there wasn't a whole lot of traffic, but it was right in a curve. So I just wanted to share my experience with y'all this morning, just to let you know that, it's okay to be one of those people that some people kind of treat you like you're a nerd. It's okay to be prepared, And I'd much rather be prepared and not need to use the stuff as to not be prepared and there have been a bad injury. So just stay alert, and you just got to watch your six no matter what nowadays. You've got to keep your eye out and make sure everything's good. And I feel bad for the people, the boy that got hurt. I mean, they're just a younger couple. You can tell, they're probably, maybe, who knows, they may be some of those people that don't, a lot of people don't have extra money nowadays, and this may set everybody involved, this may set them back, and I just feel really bad for them that it happened. I feel real bad for that farmer guy that I think because the car was pretty much the same color as the pavement, and it's been a little bit it's been rainy this morning, and so the pavement has that, that darker kind of look to it, and I think he just did not see that car at all whatsoever. Obviously he didn't, or he wouldn't have made that turn like that. So just stay alert, y'all, Much love.